It's time for another episode of Local Roots, and no, it's not. It's time for another episode of Circle of Trades. This is what happens when you do a lot of different stuff out of the same studio. Yeah, but it's also, somebody said once that, oh, you can edit that out. And I said, no, I'm leaving it.
Oh, you gotta leave that one for sure.
I'm leaving it.
So, probably get more likes on it, so you know it's all good. So
Travis Waldstein, air serve heating and air conditioning, and Waldstein Plumbing, the man who's about to fire me for screwing up his podcast.
Well, you know that's all right. So now I have to hire back because I don't know how to get onto it. So otherwise, so.
Well, how does how's been the trips over to Iowa City? I know right in the beginning you weren't able to go to the first home game of the Hawkeyes. Has it been everything settled down now and you're into your groove?
Well, the trip to Ames was fine except for the final score. So oh yeah, whatever. So
yeah, I know. I lost a bet, and as we're recording this tomorrow, I have to pay that bet, and I'm going to be doing an interview at a restaurant wearing an Iowa State shirt.
Perfect.
I could buy you a gray one, so dress like Matt Campbell does. Just show up in a Hawkeye shirt, black and white. So I'm dressed like Matt Campbell does. I don't wear red, so it's not a problem.
No, Bryce, he sent me a text earlier, and he said, "Is a large too small?" And I said, "I think it would actually be funny if I was wearing a shirt that was too small for me." So I don't know what he's bringing me because I don't own an Iowa State shirt. So he's bringing me something to wear. And
I wouldn't own an Iowa State.
Travis got to have his fingernails painted red and yellow.
Yeah, that was terrible. So
he lost a bet when the twins were about 4.
2001. That's the year that they moved to Iowa State game in November because of 9/11.
Oh, that was the what was the running back's name? Anthony Davis? Was it Troy Davis? Troy Davis. Yeah. Troy Davis. Yeah. And he went into Kinnick and just ran all over him.
That was 98. That was 98. Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, but 2000 was when they had 9/11. So.
And Travis lost the bet. His fingernails got painted red and yellow, and so did the twinses because they thought it was cool that their dad's fingernails were painted red and yellow.
Yeah. Trying to break out my inner Caleb Williams, so it's all good. So for you Bears fans out there,
what's the latest? I know you guys have been busy going out doing furnace checks because it's that time of year. How's that process been going for you,
Jane?
That process would be great if my customers would answer their phones or their messages. So, Maddie or I call the customer, and if we don't get a response by call, we text them, and then we do it all over again. And the third time, if they don't answer, they get a postcard in the mail that they need to call us and schedule. And they have to be done by the end of January, people. And so that needs to happen and get it done because, if your furnace is not running correct, if you have a gas furnace, there could be problems with carbon monoxide and other issues.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that's the thing. Well, you got the UPS
Is that a dot matrix printer that's running back there?
No, it's my stove because Travis might want Chex Mix tomorrow when I come.
Oh, okay. There you go. So
she's making Chex Mix?
Oh, she makes good Chex Mix too. She's
not
like my wife. You stop by the shop tomorrow afternoon. I'm like, I'm going to be in Des Moines all day. See, if you stop by the shop tomorrow, then you can eat my Chex Mix. So
look at that. Homemade Chex Mix is the best. I know that they started making it and selling it in bags, but it's just not the same.
I love my wife, but my sister-in-law can definitely make better Chex Mix than my wife, and I'll say it all day long. So
it's spicy Chex Mix. Yeah. I like spice.
So does it have? Are you like put the pretzels and the peanuts and stuff in it too, or is it just Chex?
No, it's pretzels, bugles.
Bugles. Yeah, that would be good.
Cashews, peanuts. Cashews.
You got to put mixed nuts with no peanuts. So we don't put the $3.99 can. We want the $12 can of nuts in that bad boy.
I'm assuming you take all the walnuts out too.
It's just cashews in mine.
What's wrong with walnuts?
Well, just the singular instead of the plural. It's an inside joke. Sorry.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
there you go. Now you caught
it. Wee.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, that was you remember I was doing that podcast Campfire Conversations. That was the joke when we had Rick Graybill come out and we were doing it live. And so I had a can of mixed nuts there. And I said, man, I'm just kind of hungry. Oh, here's cashews. Oh, here's some peanuts there. And there's that's a walnut. I don't want that. I just kept throwing walnuts into the fire.
So you're going to see, I got evidence. So there you go. So anyway, but yes, So one reason I have on today, we talked about this the other day, but I think it's important to emphasize that, a lot of you are prepaid customers that pay for their maintenance get done. We try to be as proactive as we can, but if you don't pick up this modern miracle called a telephone or a cordless cell phone, it makes this kind of hard, or answer they call text messaging now, how the newer generation likes to text. It makes it hard to schedule this stuff. So, when you call me in December when it's cold and decide it's time to do it, you're probably 2 months too late, as far as scheduling it goes. We'll still do them. I'm fine with doing them in December, but we would really like to do a lot of them here in September and October before the weather starts getting cruddy. So,
well, and plus at that point, it's problems often are still small. If you find them, then the longer you wait with a small problem, it becomes a big problem, and then things get more expensive. So yeah, you signed up for it. So obviously,
if we haven't called you, call us, because sometimes we're just busy. It's like Travis waiting on me to jump into the podcast. I was taking care of 2 phone calls that came in, and so that's why I didn't jump in right away, because I was dealing with scheduling some stuff and I couldn't jump in. And so
tell us a little bit about what the service plan is, because folks they're signing up for it. It's kind of like a year-long subscription to have you come out and do inspections. So what are they getting for that?
So with the ad plan, our customers get 1 furnace visit, 1 AC visit for the whole year. You can either choose to pay that all at one time or go on a monthly payment. And that comes out on the 15th of the month, which is awesome, because then you don't have to worry about renewing. It just gets scheduled and it's on there. But the bonus part of that ad plan, not only is that visit to clean and check, but you also get a discount on parts. So if the capacitor goes out, the motor goes out, you get a discount on that part for that repair. You also can get duct cleaning for discounted, because we also do duct cleaning. So there's a discount for duct cleaning. If you call in on Saturday, we don't charge you after hours to come out, because you're on the maintenance plan. So there's no after hour charges. You just pay for that repair, which is also, that part gets reduced. So it's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah, and when we talk about, there's literally no diagnostics. So normally we come out saying $9 diagnostic. If you are on our ad plan, we do not bill you for the service call to come out to the house, period.
And you got to think of it this way. Your furnace is mechanical. It's just like a car. Would you let your car go for 10 years with no maintenance? Hopefully not. You shouldn't let your furnace go without that maintenance either.
How about discounts on dog treats?
Yeah, you can do that too, because right now she's crying. You can hear her crying. It's my popcorn. It's my daughter's dog. She wants popcorn. My lunch today.
Oh, see, it's like, it's better than Brunswiger. I'll eat popcorn. I won't do Brunswiger. So or liverwurst or whatever you want to call it.
I haven't had Braunschweiger for a very long time, but I used to eat it on a sandwich with Western dressing, which is kind of I don't know how widespread it is. I know you can buy it in Iowa, but I don't know. Like when I'm down in Georgia, they've never heard of it before.
Well, that's because they're south of the Mason-Dixon line, but that's a story for another day.
Western dressing. It's a version of French, but it's not French. There's something different in it.
Isn't like a poor man's Dorothy Lynch?
No.
Well, yeah, Dorothy Lynch is better.
Dorothy Lynch is creamy. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, Dorothy Lynch is actually better, but Western. I remember that we had that around all the time when I was a kid.
I use Western as my ketchup on my burgers or my steak.
I have seen that before. You're using Western dressing as steak sauce?
Yes, but I don't eat beef anymore.
It's better than ketchup. I mean, you know,
I use it as steak sauce. It's delicious.
Well, I will tell you this: if you need steak sauce, you're not cooking your steak right.
I would agree with that. So. Hey, but if someone burns the hell out of it, you have to eat it. You know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So.
Well, there's truth to that.
Yeah, and that's the whole point. If it is right, you shouldn't have a problem with it. But no.
Can people get signed up for the service plan now and use that to get their furnace checked right now?
Yes, we can sign them up when the technician comes out, and they'll go over it as if they want to do it. Pay for it for the whole year or pay for it monthly. And then we do offer a discount if you are a veteran or over 65. We take $20 off.
Yeah. So yeah. Money saved. So we like to help our veterans. We, you know, the people that are of of senior citizen age, retirement age. The key word is 65 because I won't get to retire till I'm probably 70 if I retire at all. But that's a story for another day. So,
well, here's what I can tell you though, that it's okay to list that in your discounts and services, but never ask a person directly.
Oh, come on, you're no fun.
if they qualify for that. I can remember before I turned 50, is like twice within a week, I had two different people ask me if I was 55 because I would qualify for a discount. And I'm thinking, that's not a question you ask somebody.
I don't know. My kids signed me up for AARP when I was 42 as a joke for class.
Well, see, now that's funny. I'm turning 57 here in a couple of weeks, and I still haven't signed up for AARP, and I don't know that I will, because that's just my own little private protest of not giving in.
My wife was all about for getting some sort of discount. I'm like, she was signing me up.
Discounts.
I never thought about that.
Great hotel discounts.
I don't know why I didn't never think about that. So
when you ride a motorcycle and travel, you want those motel discounts.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
No, absolutely. One of the other things we're going to talk about too, and I don't even know if I told Jane about this yet now. We offer consumer financing. So for our systems, one of the things that's supposed to be going live here anytime, and now that I just remember as we're sitting here, I'm supposed to get back online, but we have an online price estimator now. So if a person is wanting to get a ballpark for what a furnace and AC might cost, we can actually, that's supposed to be popped up on our website anytime. The other thing we actually have now is with financing, we got a couple different options. If you want to find out about pre-approval for financing, you can actually go out to our website now on airserve.com /Council Bluffs, and you can apply for financing. I believe we're working on that on the plumbing side too. So if you're needing to get a project done and you need to get something done, you can't afford to write the $5,000 or $10,000 check or whatever it might be. We can finance a lot. We can finance a lot of things. We can finance service calls. It's not ideal. I mean, you hate to think about doing that, but it is available now. So we have programs for being able to do that. So set up for easy monthly payment. It's stress off your mind, and if you want to know what you can afford before we come out, at least gives you an idea, gives you bargaining power, and so that is definitely something that's available too. And the gals in the office can walk you through that process as well. So
that's important, because a lot of times, you deal in items that are not really inexpensive. I mean, a new air conditioner or a new furnace, I mean, that's an investment.
New sewer line. Yeah.
New sewer. All of that.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes out, hey, it says you got to dig 80 foot of line and it's 8 foot deep and it's going to be $15,000, or, you're not going to be able to use bathroom. Guess what? Unfortunately, that's real money. I mean, utilities are expensive, water, gas, all that stuff. So there's a cost associated with it. Today, I was talking to a customer. They live off of DeLong Avenue. Their gas line got condemned, in 2023, actually. But their gas meter is down on DeLong Avenue, but their house is actually like 700 foot up on top of a hill. So literally we would have to directional bore a gas line from the meter clear up to this house on top of the building. You're probably talking $10,000 to bore a gas line up to that house. So, I mean, unfortunately, the machines that you get it done, but the machines are cheap. Well, if you don't have the cash laying around to do it, that's why we offer for when you have that oh shit situation, how I'm going to be able to do that. So, but that's when we ran into today, talking to a customer. So, it is there. So,
yeah, it's all that stuff is it's pricey. I was looking into doing research for future retirement plans of what it would cost to dig a well, and the price that I think I saw on there was like $50 a foot.
Depends where you're at.
And that was they said that the average well depth in that area was 300 feet. Well, now you're at 15 grand.
Yeah, it's not cheap. But when you start digging the ground, here's the thing: you dig that 300 foot, you may or may not hit water at that.
That's the thing too. Yeah, because even if you are going into an area where historically they find water, you could go right through and it's not, the aquifer's not there, whatever the case may be. So,
or the water's bad. You hit a good cell, or you hit a bad cell of water too. Oh yeah, that's.
Well, you're giving me all kinds of great things to think about now that I'm.
Living in rental property sounds really good when you're a renter. When you start thinking about all that good stuff. So
yeah, now I'm thinking maybe that's the way to go. Maybe I'll just rent when I retire.
Maybe you can just live in your van, and you can get 5-gallon jugs of water, and you can get yourself a 5-gallon bucket, and you can live like you're homeless in a camper. So
that might be an option too. I see a lot of folks that do the like the campground host and stuff, and that's how they do their retirement as they go to different places. That's kind of cool. So I don't know how we're getting off of this topic, but it's
go from wells to camping. So
wells to camping to solar power to lots of different things, which in where we live, a lot of those things are not an option as to what they might be someplace else. But wells are still got. I think most of the county proper or county homes that seem like they'd be inside of the city limits of Council Bluffs now, they're on city water, but there's a lot of septic systems that are still out there.
Yeah, well, it's probably expensive, or for the utilities, there's no way to run it, or they have to put pump stations in that might not be feasible. You run into that a lot in. Especially areas of city and annex, they can offer certain services, but certain services they can't. When you start running 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch sewer lines, and you got to put pumps and everything else in. Sometimes terrain has a lot to. Sometimes capacity has a lot what you can do as well. So, and it's. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, they're talking about West Fair. We're talking about West Fair last week, and they're going to spend what the initial upfront cost is $12 billion. I'd bet you. Probably third, almost half of that is the underground utilities. Just to bring up the code, because unfortunately, it's expensive to stick a shovel in the dirt. I don't care what it is. So, so you pay for that. But, but no, going back to services, I want to have Jane on here, but she's been here as long as she deals with all the gals in the office. And that's the thing. We try to be proactive. They really try to go out of the way to answer the phones, to get things scheduled, to make sure we're taking care of our customers. So really, like I said, it comes back to the whole maintenance deal. We're not doing it to be a pain in the butt. We're doing it because you've paid for a service or you've asked for a service. So, I don't know. I don't like throwing money away, and so that's the whole reason. I want to hear it from her. Because, like I said, she gets, she doesn't like talking to herself, So, am I right on that, Jane?
You're very correct.
Yes. So
correct.
She got
the phone and be able to talk to you.
Yeah, she's got to turn the Chex Mix again. So
it's done.
Man, this is like I'm really kind of enjoying this.
Well, that's good.
We're just kind of dropping in on her. Life's still going on. and say, hey, we want you to be on a podcast. Yeah, well, I got crap to do here.
Yeah, well, that. Hey, it's like that's the story of my life. What do you got going on? Well, what now? It's like, well, we need you to do this and do that. I mean, my life turns on a dime. Everybody, if you worked on a schedule, I try to, but it's just an hour or time in a day is what it is. So yeah, scheduling just. I mean, our schedules turn on a dime, and that's why. Going back to the maintenance part, that's why it becomes so darn important, to when we call this because, we can pre-plan a lot of this stuff. We can work around if you're one that's important on your schedule, want to get something done at a certain time. We can accommodate that stuff. That's why we try to reach out and, or call the office. We're not opposed to that.
Yeah. I think you bring up a really good point that is something that I hadn't thought of by getting these furnace checks done now. Let's say, God forbid you find something and you find something that's a real problem. Well, now you've got time to get it fixed before it's 0 outside and your house is getting incredibly cold because your furnace isn't on and pipes are getting strained and everything else. There's so many different things that can happen. So you're right. Now is the time to do the work that you need to do to it because it's not so cold at night.
Yeah.
What if your furnace is no longer making that part, and so it takes us 2 or 3 weeks to get that part in? Okay, so now 2 or 3 weeks from now, it's going to be pretty cold at night. And if this was the middle of winter, it could be potentially below 0. And you're sitting without a furnace for 3 weeks because that part's on order.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, simple things that used to, when I first started 11 years ago, and we could just run to Omaha and get, aren't there.
No, it's not like it used to be.
We're waiting week to 3 weeks for simple things to come in that you would never get.
Yeah.
Take that long.
COVID's changed quite a bit of that on the parts and what's available. Here's the other part too, because we do boiler work, we do geothermal, we do water heaters and that kind of stuff too. And that is something, where we can call and we can get that kind of stuff scheduled too. And you want to be scheduling that stuff ahead. Let's say you got a boiler system that's, we need to bleed some air off because, it's supposed to be watertight, but it's not watertight. And we need to go through, oil your pumps, make sure, the burners are clean, make sure everything's efficient. That's why I said, now's the time to do it, and Jane get the right tech out there to do the job instead of middle of December when, it's colder, you got a house full of people. Oh, gee, the furnace didn't work, and, plus save you some money in the process as well. So
all of that. Very, very good advice. And I would say apply this to other things that are in your life. Be proactive. Get stuff done ahead of time. And I need to jot down some notes about that because I'm horrible about getting stuff done ahead of time.
But, shocker.
And being proactive, check your filters, please. That's the biggest thing that my techs go out and find. They're like, oh, my AC is not working or my furnace isn't working. Have you changed your filter? If you have a 1-inch filter, those are monthly. That isn't once a year. That's monthly. 4-inch filters, twice a year. At least change it when you change your clocks.
Yeah.
Exactly. They make filters that are 4 inches thick?
Yes. I sell them all the time.
Really?
I think they're the best things since sliced bread.
I've never had a furnace that took one that big.
Really?
Mine's always been. Travis made it that way, I don't know, 12, 14 years ago.
Yeah, mine's been that way forever. So
I think I've had 2-inch filters, but 4-inch. No, I don't know that I've ever even seen one of those.
Yeah.
Almost every install we do, it's now 4-inch filters.
Wow.
Very, very seldom will I put in a 1-inch filter. I just do not like them. You
got to think of it. It's no long. That W on a 4-inch filter has got a lot, so the dirt has room to fill in that crack, and there's still airflow. On a 1-inch filter, that W is very tiny, and it's more like a zigzag, and where's that dirt going to go? It's just going to cover the filter completely and be clogged up in a short time. And if you have pets, think about what that cat hair or dog hair covering that filter in a short time.
Right.
Yeah, there's what they call, the way they explain it is, if you want to be scientific, it's pressure drop on filters. And the way I always describe it is, If you use a 1-inch filter, it's kind of like using an N95 mask. They're fine until they get dirty, but they're hard to breathe and work. And when you use a 4-inch filter, it is the same thing, but it is like an N95 mask in its own right, but it's got like a lot more breathing surface. So you're not sitting there, you can go jog and you're not going to drop over or pass out if you use a 4-inch filter. But if you use the 1-inch filter, once you're out of oxygen, you're out of oxygen. So.
Is that your rooster I'm hearing, Travis?
Yeah, the one that sang to me this morning. Oh yeah. He's been cawing all friggin' day long. It's like,
what's his deal?
I don't know. I don't know. He's letting the world know he's here. So I don't know. We got. They're like they look like chickens. They're turkeys or whatever, and they're all three of them. I picked are males. So we got like 4 roosters out here. So
for what?
They're chickens.
I know, but they're not laying eggs.
Them right.
Well, they're chickens. They're doing what male chickens should be doing. So.
Well, yeah, okay.
I mean,
so we're gonna have a fried chicken party at Travis's pretty soon.
Could be. We've done that before. So, one time I went on a service call and my son had to deal with the rooster. Cuts head off. Calls me up on my way to the ESPA, says, "Hey, I need you to come home and pluck the feathers off this thing so we can cook it for supper." I'm like, what are you talking about? So I'm supposed to stop everything, So,
yeah, once upon a time, that was if you wanted dinner that night that was step one.
That was step one. Go out the yard, get old messy. So
yeah, grab a chicken or whatever it is you're gonna do. Yeah, that's not it's not the life I want to live.
We didn't go to Fairway. Didn't go to Fairway back in that day. So
no, not at all.
My grandparents cut the heads off and hung them by the feet off the clothesline so they could drain out, and then
The one time that I was involved in that process was when my stepbrother raised chickens for an FFA project. And yeah, that was what happened. That, and, being kids, we made games out of it. So, when the head is removed from the chicken, they would go bouncing around the yard. And we were counting as a contest to see who was going to get the most bounces.
And whoever got the most bounces won, right?
And as I remember, the record was 14.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
really?
Oh, and he went all the way across the yard.
Oh wow! So interesting. So
yeah, that's you're bringing up bad memories now.
We try to do that. So. But anyway.
All right. Moral of the story today: answer your phone, or answer your emails, or answer your texts.
Or call in. Call in. We're happy to take that call and get the schedule.
Yeah, get you on the schedule as quickly as possible because there's a lot of folks waiting to get into line and to get those service calls in, get your furnace checked, make sure everything is working correctly. And that's sounds like just good life advice.
Yes, it's good life advice. So.
All right. Well, hey, Jane, thanks for your time. Thanks for, showing me a little bit of that Chex mix because it's been a long time since I've had any homemade stuff. And
let's stop at the shop on Saturday.
We'll be down to run the plasma machine. So.
What are you working Saturday?
Yeah,
I'm coming down. My son is coming down with me and my husband, and we're going to. My son is going to do some plasma training for the guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're at our plasma table. So
and my husband and I are going to work out in the front room, and Travis in the plumbing area.
Yes.
Make it look pretty.
Make it look something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea. All right. Well, listen, Jane, thanks so much for jumping on. Travis, as always, a pleasure. Yeah. And looking forward to the next one. Thank you for watching this episode of Circle of Trades. Until next time.